Real quick before we start, March 10th, 2026, YouTube deleted our main channel. 20 years, 56,000 subscribers, 1,100 videos, gone overnight. Spam and scams, they said. We have never sold a single thing in 20 years. Every video has a full parody disclaimer. And here is the part that kills me. Our backup channel, with the exact same identical content, was left completely untouched. Same videos, same everything. You figure that one out. Bookmark this page right now and follow us on rumble.com/user/dualped, because we can vanish here overnight, and it has already happened once. Links in the description and pinned comment. Okay, now on with the show. All right. Sit the fuck down. Grab something strong, because what I'm about to tell you is gonna make your blood boil so hot you'll need a fucking fire extinguisher just to get through this video. You remember COVID? You remember Fauci standing up there in his little suit, pointing his little finger, telling you to mask up, lock down, stay home, don't hug your grandmother, don't go to church, don't go to your kid's graduation, don't go to your father's funeral? You remember when they told you the vaccine was safe and effective? Safe and effective. Safe and effective. They said it so many times it became a fucking mantra, a religion, and if you questioned it, if you so much as raised an eyebrow, you were a conspiracy theorist, a grandma killer, a selfish piece of shit who didn't care about science. Well, folks, the receipts just came in, and holy fucking smokes are they something. Let me tell you how we got these receipts, because the Biden administration sure as hell didn't hand them over. They stonewalled. They blocked every request. The congressional investigators were getting nothing from the federal government. Zero. So what did they do? They did an end run. They went after the universities. UNC Chapel Hill, the University of Texas. They subpoenaed them and pulled 115,000 pages of document production. And out of 115,000 pages, the investigators found the needle in the haystack. Dr. David Morens, Fauci's right-hand man at the NIH, has been indicted, arrested, done, finished. This rat was caught on email, his own fucking email, bragging that his FOIA lady taught him how to make emails disappear. Disappear! And he's telling his buddies, hey, if you got anything sensitive, send it to my Gmail, my personal Gmail. Not the government account, not the official record, the Gmail account where federal oversight goes to die. That's called destroying federal records, folks. That's a crime. That's not a mistake. That's not an oopsie. That's not I forgot how email works. That's a man who knew what he was doing was wrong and did it anyway because he thought he'd never get caught. Well, guess what, David? You got caught, you piece of shit. But wait. Because that's just the appetizer. The main course is so much worse, it's going to make you physically sick. March 1st, 2021. Not even 3 months into the vaccine rollout, a whistleblower named Anna Schwartzman walks into the office of Peter Marks, the head of the FDA's vaccine division, and says, hey, we got a problem. The algorithm we're using to detect safety signals, it's broken. It's not broken by accident. It's broken in a way that is actively hiding adverse events, masking them, burying them. She didn't just say this, she proved it. 26 days later, she comes back with a state-of-the-art analysis showing 49 cases of extreme masking and 25 safety signals that were being hidden. 25, including sudden cardiac death, strokes, pulmonary infarction, Bell's palsy. 25 safety signals hidden from you, from your doctor, from everyone. And what did Peter Marks do with this information? What did the head of the FDA's vaccine division do when a scientist walked in and proved that the system was concealing deaths and injuries? He told her to cease and desist. Cease and desist. He shut her down, pushed her aside. And then, this fucking guy goes on camera, looks America in the eye, and says we are not seeing safety signals. We're just not seeing them, folks. Nothing to worry about. He knew. He knew the system was designed to miss them. He knew the signals were there. He said it anyway. That's not incompetence, folks. That's not a mistake. That's not we didn't have enough data. That is a conscious, deliberate, premeditated decision to lie to the American people while people were dying. How many? How many died? Let me give you a number that will haunt you. In a normal year going back to 1990, you'd see a couple hundred deaths reported to VAERS associated with all vaccines combined. All of them. Every vaccine on the market. A couple hundred. 2021? 21,000. 21 fucking thousand. You don't need a mathematical model for that. You don't need an algorithm. You don't need a PhD. You need a fucking pair of eyes and a basic understanding of what a graph looks like when something goes catastrophically wrong. And let me drop another stat on you. Right now, there are 39,000 deaths reported on VAERS associated with the COVID injection worldwide. And here is the terrifying part. 24% of those deaths, 1 out of every 4, occurred either on the exact same day of the injection or within 48 hours. You get the shot and you are dead before the weekend. Are you going to tell me that is a coincidence? If you eat a bad clam and drop dead 20 minutes later, the coroner doesn't say, well, maybe it was bad luck, the clam killed you. And it gets worse. It gets so much worse. The NIH Fauci's house was quietly treating vaccine-injured patients, 23 of them, people who had been destroyed by the injection and couldn't get help anywhere because officially there were no vaccine injuries. Officially, the vaccine was safe and effective, remember? So these people are suffering. They're desperate. And the NIH takes them in and actually helps them. And you'd think, okay, at least somebody's doing the right thing, right? No. Because when the NIH started treating these people, they told them, they looked these suffering human beings in the eye and said, stay silent. Don't tell anybody. We'll publish the study. We'll acknowledge your injuries. We'll make it right. Just stay quiet for now. And these poor people who were so desperate, so grateful that someone was finally acknowledging their suffering, they stayed quiet. Did the NIH ever publish the study? Did they ever acknowledge the injuries? What do you think? Of course they fucking didn't. Let's talk about the real human cost here. We've all heard the stories. The transcript mentions an old farmer, a sturdy, healthy guy who spent 0 days in the hospital his entire life, never sick. He gets the injection and what happens? Boom, turbo cancer, rips through him instantly and he's gone. 25% of Americans say they know someone who might have died from this shot. That is not a statistic. That is a massacre. And children. Let's talk about the children, because this is where I lose my mind completely. The FDA reviewed 96 autopsies of children. 96 dead kids, and their own analysis shows 10 of those children died from the COVID injection. 10 children who had a virtually 0% chance of being seriously harmed by COVID itself. 0. They were healthy kids. They didn't need this shot. They were never at risk from the virus, but they got the shot anyway because Fauci and his friends said it was safe and effective, and the schools mandated it, and the parents trusted the system. And 10 of them are dead. I want you to think about that. 10 families, 10 sets of parents, 10 kids who will never grow up, never graduate, never fall in love, never have kids of their own, because a group of powerful people decided to hide safety signals and cover up evidence and tell the world everything was fine. You remember SADS, sudden adult death syndrome, athletes dropping on fields, newscasters collapsing mid-broadcast, healthy people in their 30s and 40s just dying? And the health officials standing there scratching their heads saying, well, this is very unusual. We just don't know what's causing this. We'll call it sudden adult death syndrome and hope nobody connects the dots. They knew. They fucking knew. This isn't a theory anymore, folks. This is congressional testimony. This is 115,000 pages of documents pulled from universities. This is a criminal indictment. This is documented evidence that the people in charge of protecting your health looked at the data, saw the bodies piling up, and chose to protect themselves instead of you. Fauci's guy is under indictment. The FDA knew about cardiac deaths in March 2021 and said nothing. The NIH silenced their own patients. 10 children are dead who didn't have to die. And the media, the same media that called you a conspiracy theorist for asking questions? Crickets. Fucking crickets. So let me ask you something. When do the rest of them go down? When does Peter Marks get his handcuffs? When does every bureaucrat who looked at those safety signals and said hide them face a judge? Because I'll tell you something, if it was your kid, if it was your grandfather who was perfectly healthy, got that shot and was dead within 2 days, you wouldn't be calling it a coincidence. You'd be calling it what it is. Murder by bureaucracy. This is Vinny Gambini, and I am not letting this go. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Subscribe, like, share this video with every single person you know, because YouTube sure as hell isn't gonna recommend it. Sharing is the only way this truth gets out. Drop a comment below and tell me, did you or someone you love get hurt by this? Because the world needs to hear your story. Until next time, this is Vinny Gambini with Chris Dallas, and we're out of here.